This video is sponsored by my patrons on Patreon. If you like my content and would like to join the ranks and get some pretty cool perks alongside it, the link is in the description below. Hello everyone, sorry for the more informal, unscripted type of video again, but this is something that I've actually wanted to talk about for a little bit. So on Letterboxd, I'm not going to say I'm like huge, but I'm relatively big, and it's a really interesting experience because I generally disagree with the popular opinion on there. For example, people loved The Green Knight. I thought it was okay. People seemed to really like The Suicide Squad. I thought it was mediocre. And it's a weird dichotomy seeing how people that vehemently don't go along with the popular opinion are treated on sites as if it's some type of crime, some type of difference. You're an other in a sense. It's a little bit odd. Not me specifically. I've had a wonderful time, but I've seen people who will express their opinions and just completely get shit on. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about opinions because I think opinions are super important. And I want to talk about the greater culture. Like, I guess I kind of want to call it assimilation culture type thing. And that is the intense overlap or obsession or feeling the need to go along with the opinions of your favorite creator. And the best description I can think of for this is a genre of music that I have expressly made up called Fantano core. And this is based off of personal experience, right? I have had friends that base their music opinion solely off of Fantano's opinions. And it's really, really weird. Of course, he also has a problem with this, and he's made videos about, not wanting his audience to assimilate, but I don't want you to get it wrong. I do understand why. It's good to feel like you're a part of something. It feels good to know that, hey, this person has a lot of influence and they think this, and I'm thinking this too, because I want to have a lot of influence, or I want to fit in with this audience, or this is the type of person I want to be. Maybe you see Fantano as a role model or something like that. And I totally understand, but the problem comes around because your opinion is what makes you you. And especially in media criticism, we can never have too many opinions out there. And I think this weird mob mentality that we've created surrounding creators, especially regarding people liking things that have been negatively received by prominent art house or even mainstream critics, is incredibly toxic. For example, I'm throwing out a situation here. Fantano recently reacted to the new KSI song with Lil Wayne. I'm just throwing this out there as a random example. And man, the vitriol going on in that chat for such an unbothered song is ridiculous. And I feel like if there was someone in that chat who was going to say, hey, I like this, it's harmless, and I had a lot of fun listening to Lil Wayne sing again, they would get chewed up, spit out, and eaten alive. And guess what that's going to provoke them to do? To stop fucking sharing their opinion on the internet. It's high schoolish almost. High school-esque. It's if you don't fit in with the popular opinion, you can't sit here. Which is so ridiculous. I think the whole beautiful thing about discussion of media in discourse on the internet is when two people disagree and one explains their position and the other explains their position, and it's fun and it's enjoyable and you get to hear both sides. It would be no fun, even if something was really great. Like, if there weren't people who explained why they didn't like something like everyone likes To Pimp a Butterfly. If there were people out there that didn't explain why they didn't like To Pimp a Butterfly, it wouldn't make the discourse on the album as interesting to me. It's good to have other opinions. If people like Suicide Squad, not the new one, the old one from 2016, I want to engage with them in conversation about that because that's such a unique and interesting opinion, and I want to know why they like it. Now, that's not me inciting people to retaliate with the same level of futility and vitriol that the other people use, because then you're just not getting anywhere. You know what I mean? But I think that we need to stop idolizing people and start trusting ourselves. I see people who, I know a person, so my ex-girlfriend has a friend who literally copied his opinions on film from YMS, the Holy Mountain, Synecdoche, New York, were his two favorite movies. It's very difficult to not say that that's what it was. It was so specific that I knew it was from him. And I guess the thing is, I think people are so unique because we have our own mind. If I wanted to know what YMS thought about shit, I'd go fucking watch him, the cynical bastard. But I want to know what you think about things. I don't want to hear a bunch of talking points that I've already heard before. And you probably have a bunch of interesting things to say about it. Like, I don't want to hear how Kids See Ghosts is the greatest album of all time because of insert the entire Fantano review that people have memorized by now. I want to talk about why you like the Pusha T verse or maybe the instrumentals. What are your personal opinions on it? You know what I mean? But because we've created and curated and nurtured this culture where people with differing opinions constantly get shit on the internet, it's very likely that we won't ever reach that stasis of being. And it's so dumb too. Like, I get not thinking something is good or not thinking something is bad. It's a movie or a music project. Album. Why a music project? It's an album. It's a book. It's a painting. In the grand scheme of things, is someone disagreeing with you on this, or is you disagreeing with someone on this going to be the end of the world? No, of course it's not. Both of you will wake up the next day and probably forget the exchange even happened. Now, that's not me saying you can't be heated and talk about stuff like that, but getting upset and berating someone for not having the popular opinion or your favorite critic's opinion is simply trash, bullshit, garbage, disgusting. And I really think that the recent interaction between Fantano and Isaiah Rashad and people picking sides is very, super interesting to me. Because guess what? They're both right. He expressed his opinion, and Fantano expressed his opinion. And neither of them are in the wrong for doing so. So choosing sides is pointless. He made an opinion about Fantano. Other people have other opinions about Fantano. Fantano made an opinion about the new album from Isaiah Rashad. And other people have different opinions than that. That's okay. We don't have to live in a culture of assimilation where we all think the same. That would be the most garbage, trash call. What do you want to be? North Korea or something? And for the record, this should be really clear, but this video only pertains to media critique and criticism. I'm not talking about anything else. And I don't need to, because I don't want to even get into that type of stuff. But yeah, it was super sad when I went to a liberal arts college, and when talking about music with people, there would be a lot of my friends that had the same taste, and it was kind of solely because of Fantano. And that's cool and all, but once again, I want to hear, and that's the other thing, a lot of people that base their opinions off of their favorite creators, aside from reciting talking points that those creators have made, they're not really able to explain why they like these things. I want to be able to talk to you about why you like daughters. I want to talk to you about why you like idols. You know what I mean? And people aren't really able to do that, but portray themselves in a way like they are, because they like to talk down to people about things that their creators do not like. So I guess the moral of the story, or the video here, is that your opinion is one of the most unique things about you. You are unique in yourself, and thus your opinion should be too. I love hearing different things from different viewpoints and different standpoints and different cultural perspectives. It's awesome. I think that's so beneficial to our society and the way we have discourse about everything, but also I love talking about film, so naturally I want the discourse about film to be that way. So if you're ever in a position where someone is pressuring you into thinking a certain way about something that you either love and they hate, or you hate and they love, just know that it's all right. It's a temporary feeling. You don't need to give in to that pressure. I know it's like a weird peer pressure PSA all of a sudden, but yeah, be your own person, think your own thoughts, and if anyone has anything to say negatively about that, then quite frankly, they can absolutely fuck all the way off.